Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Stellaris Under the Admin Cap. Tall Small build. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 4. It's the year 2300 on the nose. We're in a little bit of a pickle because I enacted the utopian living standards too soon and they are stressing our resources. We're going to go for this Imperious architecture. I like this one. This is why we went domination next. Capital buildings and housing buildings each provide +1 housing each. If we go to Earth, so they got 13 housing there. We hit this. And Earth now has 16, so there's 3 more houses. So it's a little tiny help. That's how everything in the game works. It's all a little tiny help. But the thing is, now we may not need both of these luxury residences down here. And what I really want to do is potentially swap one of them out for another research building. So I think I'm going to try to do that and actually put some people to work. There are 2 more people on this planet that need jobs. There's an election coming up because our ruler just kicked the bucket and we don't have the 200. We've been spending all our stuff to get edicts on, so always try to keep 200 in the bank so you can elect whoever you want. We're going to abstain and see who we get. None of these are bad. These are all actually pretty good. Look at what we have. Unity from jobs, I would take that. That's fine. Terraforming build speed, +25. Energy credits from job or minerals from jobs, I'd love to have. Claim influence cost is really the only thing I'm not going to be happy about, and I'm probably going to get him. Veldiner, let's find out who we get. And we elected, previously the scientist, energy credits from jobs, so that's fantastic. We'll take that. Unfortunately, he was the guy we just hired to take over this job. So now we got to go get somebody else. So I want to make sure I got I got this guy working here. It's not really her specialty. She doesn't have any society research specialization, so that's what we got. It'll work. We'll make it work. We're going to stop selling so many foods because we don't need to anymore. We're going to go back to buying a few more of these because we're starting to run out.
Research actualized
pretty rapidly. I'm going to stop selling those because I need those for things. That puts us in the tank. So we're going to keep working on this. Naval capacity +30. Once we get our naval capacity fixed, that'll help with this. There we go. A little bump at the end of that month. The research is still coming.
Research actualized.
Great. Planetary shield generator, that's out of the way. Same thing with subspace navigation. It's cheap and I just want it out of the way because I want it off as an option, not on the board. I don't want to have to deal with it. So here's Sirius. This is a planet. The thing we're buying too much of right now is this. We're buying 125 consumer goods. We're basically America importing everything from China. And, we should be building some of our own. So mineral purification plants on this planet would be great, but for right now I want to start taking some of the burden off with
Research actualized.
civilian industries. Mining station output just went up. That's great. We're gonna unlock the fusion missiles, robot modification points. Let's do that. We can mod our robots and give them one more good thing to have that benefits everybody else. I need 5 more jobs on this planet, so one way to do it would be to raise that up. I got 1 at everything. So I could spend 1 more crystal on this, raise 5 jobs. This will also generate some more wealth. So we'll do that. Commercial prac broken between a couple people.
Upscaling complete.
3,200, we may be able to change our living standards back to, yes, decent conditions. So let's take the burden off of ourselves here. The end of the month. There we go. That's better. Okay. We need a particle physicist. We don't have one. Okay, so what we're going to do is fix this. we're going to put the sociologist, so, what is it? Society research person in the society research slot. Put a voidcraft person there. So that helps. So now we don't need to buy so many of these.
Upscaling complete.
So that'll help with that. Don't need to buy so many. Great. We don't need to sell so many of these. Let's see how it looks at the end of that month. That's how it looks. That means we can still buy fewer of these. Boy, those utopian living standards really required a lot of consumer goods. I was not prepared for that. I haven't seen that big of a hit
Research actualized.
in those before.
Upscaling complete.
Even though I've used it quite a bit. Defense Grid Supercomputer is awesome. I desperately want it. It's rare tech. Sometimes if you don't take it, then you don't get it for a long time. I love having it because it really allows you to fortify your choke points really well. You can put, instead of 9 or 12 or 6 defenses on there, you can put 23. So that's fantastic. We need more alloys now. That's the really big thing. $20 housing available on here. I'm gonna do this then. I'm gonna put this last person to work on food.
Research actualized.
Naval capacity. Here's the second administrative capacity one that I said happens in the mid-game. The first one was worth 30 points, or actually it was worth 20. It got us from 80 to 120. It got us from 100 to 120. This will get us to 140. And so then we can actually start thinking about the Ecumenopolis, which is going to be this planet down here. So let's go ahead. It's been terraformed. Let's go ahead and get colonists on it. We'll use these guys. Beta Kali. That's good. How I'm going to pronounce that. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. And what are we doing here? Okay, we're doing really good now making money. That's great.
Upscaling complete.
That means I can... Yes, we'll extend our deal, which gives us the research speed. It costs us $4 grand. So it ain't cheap. I want to take one of these commercial zones. Oh. I want to upgrade
Research
one before I
actualized.
replace it. What is this? Recycling campaign and farming subsidies. Okay. Robot modification points. Civilian fabricators. Let's grab those. Let's go back to our robots. Say robot fast. Oops, cancel. I want to create the template. So what else can we add? So we can say robot upkeep -10 or unity from jobs. Thing is, they're not yet working too many of those jobs that provide unity. I'd rather go with the upkeep.
Upscaling complete.
So let's do fast robots. Research 8 months from now. It'll be fixed. We could do the same thing with the rest of the species. The robot farmers. Unity from jobs. Pop assembly speed. Robot upkeep. Same thing with the robot miners. So I like that because it affects all of them. It's a nice thing you can do, and then they require less consumer goods, and it's just works out well. Got a gas extraction well on this planet. We're out of crystals. So I like to put one of each of these on a crystal plant, gas extraction well, or what they call it, exotic,
Special
and a
project
chemical plant. I like
actualized.
to fit one of each of those on every single planet, especially when you're playing small. They become really important. Later on, you can get habitats, and they can go on habs really well. But until we can get a habitat, which we don't have the tech for, then our best thing to do is is put them one on each planet. Earth has... We haven't got the exotic refineries yet for gases, so on this planet, all we've been able to do is put synthetic crystal plants down so far. Oh, and there's this, civilian industries. Replace that with a chemical plant. This is all research, all the time. And in fact, this needs to be the same thing. Replace that with a research facility. I don't want this. This is my homeworld.
Research actualized.
He's focused completely on research. Cruiser, Durasteel armor, mineral purification hubs. Okay, let's get the cruiser. You gotta work your way up through the ships and the upgrades to your space stations before you can get to the tech for
Research actualized.
megastructures. So there goes our admin
Upscaling
capacity. That's
complete.
nice. Fleet command limit habitability. Let's do that. That helps. Serious, wise, serious.
Upscaling
We're losing
complete.
one of these alloy factories on the homeworld, so we're going to build another one here. Oh, and the chemical plants just showed up. That's great. Oh no, chemical plants have been there. Exotic gas refineries are the ones we're missing. This is always the hard part for me, is that the home planet starts off with everything. It's got one research place, one alloy foundry, one civilian industry.
Incoming.
And I like to focus my planets, so non-aggression pact invitation, I will take all those all day long. So it takes time to switch over to push all the things off this planet that I don't want on it. Not to mention now there's this technician job. What is this? Precinct houses provide anti-crime from Pop's and Pop jobs. So we're handling the crime strictly because of that building. It looks like we better keep it there. And what's going on with our governor? Leader experience gain minus 25 and leader experience gain plus 25. That's funny. Can we replace him with somebody who's better, who does research? Nope. We got clear blockers, ship build speeds, and leader experience gain with no penalty. So
Colonial Enterprise
we'll just
upsizing.
leave him there for a while. Yes, and that's telling us, yes, there it is. Way down there in that system. That'll be our Ecumenopolis. We're still not really making enough minerals to make that worthwhile. We're selling too many of them, really. If you have need of others to fight your battles for you, yes, we might for a while still.
Complete.
We may still for a while require that. The Zulakeko raiding fleet has been detected approaching our borders. Intercept communications indicated they have been hired by a rival forward power to attack our system. They are transmitting a message directed toward us on an open channel. Cowards huddled in darkness have asked us to face you, since they are too afraid to do it themselves. Are there any Stark Enterprise warriors honorable enough to meet us in open battle then, or so we plunder your systems unopposed? Show us your worth. Go to red alert. Alright, where are they? Where are they coming from? That's the problem, is I don't know where they're at. Where are their ships at? Where are their ships? Because I'd be happy to meet them in battle if I knew where they were coming from. I can't see them. Alright, let's see. What do we have?
Research actualized.
One gas extraction well. So we can raise that building up.
Research actualized.
Habitability. Starbase capacity plus 2. That's really expensive though. Leader lifespan or executive retreat. This is a corporate building. Since we don't have any corporate buildings, I don't really care about them right now, but they don't take long to research. So anything that doesn't take a long time is what I'm actually concerned with right now. Corvette hull hit points for 100. Oh, and exotic gas refineries, which we need. We'll take those. I don't know. Where did it say those raiders are from? The Z. These guys, Zulokeko. freeloaders, whatever their names are. They're probably coming down through here. So let's take you and move you there. You're going to go to Eye of Hawking.
Research actualized.
And you're going to stay there. Defense Grid Supercomputer. Fantastic. Let's get the ion disruptor off of there. Okay, we can add enforcers reduced by crime an additional 20%, or the governor level cap goes up. We'll grab enforcers. We don't want any criminal enterprises running around. On this planet, these can be upgraded for crystals, and right now we have 2 crystals. We could upgrade one of these, and that would help provide some more jobs and take some of the burden off us there. So let's do that. It's playing small like that. One of the things I like about playing really wide is that you can colonize as many planets as you can find, and you can just take some of those smaller planets that aren't very good, kind of like this one, and you can just load it up with things like secondary resources, so you're never in trouble with those things. Especially like this planet down here. This is a crap planet. Size complete. 8, hardly any job districts.
Research
this would be a great planet for just putting secondary resources on it. And if you're playing wide, you can afford to do that. Cruiser hull hit points. Or the ion thruster, which is cheap. Scrap. I like hit points. Like they're really important.
Research actualized.
Okay, naval capacity or climate restoration. Terraform ecologically devastated worlds. That's expensive though. Crime and amenities is cheap. Let's go for that. Just trying to plow through the research as fast as we can. That is the goal. We'll get this thing down here. Is about done. This gets expensive really soon. This is done in a couple of days.
Is where you find it.
We're gonna colonize this sucker. If we go, let's see. We're gonna change this. Not a rural world. Not a tech world. Where is it? Fortress world. Industrial world. Not a refinery world, not a tech world. Where's the one I'm looking for? Urban world. This is what we want. You want to choose urban world. We're going to make this into the Ecumenopolis. It's urban world. City district costs minus 10% and city district build speed plus 25%. This will help us get this done much, much, much faster. So we're going to do this. We're going to do immigration poll. In order to make the Ecumenopolis, all of these districts have to be cities, and since we have a lot of them, that means a lot of this. So this chews through our minerals really fast, but it takes a long time to get that planet built into that speed like that. And there's nothing else that we really have here that helps with that. These are all ship ones. So we terraformed it as fast as we could. Peace festivals, maybe that would help.
Upscaling complete.
Recycling campaign and education campaign. Let's get those back on. So we'll build that as fast as we can. We're 2 of 5, so we need 3 more of these technologies to come through before we can get this slot.
Research
so that we can get the
actualized.
Ecumenopolis. So it's okay that it's going to take a while for this planet, down here. And then, in addition, we're going to have to create its own sector, and we can grab it a governor that'll help it go faster. Food from jobs, leader experience gain, crime, and we don't have one of those right now, so I'm just going to give them a leader experience gain person. I like it when there's somebody who says districts are built faster and cheaper, but they don't have one of those. Don't have one of those available, so that's kind of a shame. These guys are saying I got 2 Stark Enterprises. What I'm going to do is city district. Then where are we at? We're at volatile moats we can use. But none of these things require volatile moats to raise up. So. So we're kind of stuck.
Research actualized.
Pilgrim. Society research from jobs, cryo revitalization centers, which I don't even really care about using. So we're going to go for fleet command. Some of that tech, I wish I could just say, I don't ever want to see you again, because I'm never going to use you. Because in that case, for instance, here, fleet command, cryo revitalization centers. I'm never going to upgrade those. They cost a resource just to help me make my species grow faster, but I'm a small empire, so I'm already kind of stressing with how fast everybody's growing. Now we have the exotic gas refineries. Fortunately, this planet already has a gas extraction well on it. So we got crystals,
Research
motes.
actualized.
Things we use more of are crystals, so on some planets it's okay to put like maybe 2 of these things. This planet's got so much other stuff on it besides what I want. Like more alloy foundries, that would be really nice to have. I really need more of these, so let's do that. Until we get an Ecumenopolis, that's kind of got to do it on our own. Research station output, let's grab that.
Upscaling complete.
We can take some of these people too, and we can resettle them to Beta Cali, because they're going to have jobs from each one of those cities. Except our policy doesn't allow it, so we have to go change it. Resettlement. Where is it? Right there. Allowed. I like to always do this, because it's important. Well, now they have enough that can do this. We can put another thing on here. Let's go with civilian industries.
Research actualized.
Somebody's trying to insult us. The Wasari mandate. Oh, really? Trying to insult us now. Habitability 5%. Let's just grab that. Let's
Research
see.
actualized.
More research actualized. I love it. It's just fast. It just keeps coming. Star Fortress. I kind of want that because. So let's take a look at this. The Wasari mandate. Their fleet power is equivalent to us. That's the. Camthrin. Okay, I want you to go to Camthrin. Actually, the first thing I want you to do is go update. Earth has a person who can be resettled. Diplomatic grants, which don't seem to do very much, but we'll keep them up anyways. Peace festivals. The healthcare campaign. Let's see, pop growth speed. Yeah, might as well use it. Might as well use it because we have the money for it. So I'm of the mind that if you have the money or the influence, you should probably turn it on. You always want to save back 200 to 300 influence for major things, but otherwise spend it.
Upscaling complete.
Especially when you're playing small like this. Oh, no, I don't want to lose a building. Alright, a bunch of people made peace. Anybody at war with each other right now? No. So we have the Wasari mandate crawling up our behind. Their technology level is inferior to us.
Research actualized.
Okay, what do we need here? Advanced research complexes. We're probably not going to use them, but our sprawl is now 113 out of 140. It's going to keep going up faster and faster as Beta Cali is building these cities. There's 20 cities, so that's 20 points. So you can count on it being 133 here. Well, probably less than that. Count on it being about 130 by the time it gets done. So Oh, and one of the other things I forgot. Decisions. Mastery of nature on the other planets that we have not yet already done it on. So let's just do that on our 2 other planets. We did it on our homeworld, but we didn't do it on these, and we had plenty of cash and plenty of influence, so we might as well do that now. That'll buy us some more cities or more jobs on these planets. That'll be fantastic. That, of course,
Ships upscaled.
adds 4 to this empire sprawl, so it'll be 118 when it's done. But the Ecumenopolis from the Arcology project right there requires an empty ascension perk. Unlocks decision Arcology project, and then it takes a long time to actually turn it into the Arcology project. It takes about 10 years, I think, for it to convert that over. Let's see what our trade is, because I haven't looked at it. Yes, we would like to extend our deal. 4,000 for 10% research bonus. That's always nice. So 107 on this planet. What is this up here? Signs of first leak activity. Where science ship go do that? Research that project real quick. Enigmatic guest. Like that one. Let's see. Upgrade Starbase Citadel. And there's the habitat. All these things I need. I'm going to grab the habitat first. Let's see.
Upscaling
The
complete.
enigmatic guest. 5 months to research that. So we're going to do that. And we still have the flesh is weak thing to do. So we should do that. That will help with our whole entire empire. So we have a lot of robots now. In fact, if we go to species,
Research actualized.
we still have some robots we have to deal with. Research speed. Everything is 1600, so grab the research speed first. Ships upgraded.
Special project actualized.
Despite extensive research, the enigmatic cache and its origins are still shrouded in mystery. But where is the enigmatic cache?
Special
Right there.
project actualized.
Unfortunately, it's on Alpha Centauri, which doesn't have any research going on, so I can't make it move.
War has been declared against us.
Oh no.
Legal experts are standing by.
Monthly unity. And what his war goal is to conquer? I suck. You suck. Darn it. That's not what I want. So, this is going to make or break the game right here. We're either going to survive this and be okay, or we're going to get our butts kicked. And if we get our butts kicked, then I don't feel very good about our chances long term. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do that. And same thing over here. Let's add defenses. Okay. We got ships moving in the right direction. I just don't know. The drums of war. For the first time in history, the warring factions. Oh, great. A new threat is born. Great. Okay, well. That's a shame. Oh no, so they're coming out here? Wait, what? Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. Wow, those guys, oh, they woke up then? We would like to discuss surrender. Becoming a satrapy will result in minus 10% energy income, minus 20% mineral income, and minus 30% naval capacity. Oh my gosh. Really? Oh. We have left the war against the Wasari Mandate due to being vassalized. Oh, that is the suck. Okay. That just... Wow. Ford establishes a base on Sol as the Great Khan commands. Oh, brother. And we just got nerfed there. Oh, man. Well... What can you say? I mean, at that point in time, it was the survival of our species was the important thing. We had to do it, didn't we? Because there's no way we could survive these fleets. Look at them. They're monsters. That's the earliest I think I've ever seen them come out like that and just completely... I've always been able to handle them earlier because I've always been prepared by the time they wake up, you know. They're like their own... They're like their own miniature awakened empire. Oh, man. That hurts. Well, here's the thing. It stopped us from having to go to war with Wasari, who... That really stunk, but... Maybe they'll go crush the Wasari for us. All we can really do now is hope that this buys us time to become stronger ourselves, that our tech lead... See, that's all we're trying to do. We're just trying to buy time for the tech lead to actually matter. These guys are going right here after him. Wow, they're going after the Wasari. They're like... Great Khan, they're crushing them.
Upscaling complete.
Oh my gosh, these guys are super strong. I've never seen the Great Khans. I've never had this happen. I've never had this happen, and I've played several. Well, he meant his defeat. I've had several of these happen. I mean, I've actually enjoyed dealing with the Marauder clans up to this point, but this game has been something else. Everything has gone wrong and been really weird and different this game. It doesn't feel like this is normal. Fleet command, limit naval capacity. But this is where we're at. It's 2317 and we're doing what we can to survive. We'll revolt against these guys later. If we can survive that long. That's the whole thing. Can we survive that long and build our empire up enough to do it? If we can, great. Can't. It's gonna be tough. Man. Alright. Resource from workers.
Research actualized.
Our big thing now is to just keep working on the EQ Monopolis. Working towards that sea. There were 3 things that I wanted there to be researched, and I picked the habitat and the other 2 went away. Darn. Well. What's gonna happen here? It is the Great Khan. My defeat at the hands of the Void Spawn was a minor setback, nothing more. Okay. We are your underlings. There's nothing else I can do. Stay alive. That's the whole thing. We are subservient satrapy. Under the Kopi Jaxi Horde. So. We want our autonomy back. Well, that'll be when we have the forces to take it back. Right now, we don't. These guys are too strong for us, so...
Research actualized.
We'll just keep... There it is. Citadel and the battleship. Great, those are the things I want. Give them to me. It's just a tough... It's a tough way to go, man. Oh, it's just tough. But hey, this is the challenge, right? This is what we're doing. every game is different, and you're trying to figure out how to overcome the challenges that you're being faced with. So in this
Research
particular
actualized.
game, these are the challenges, and we're gonna do our best to overcome them. And if it means just kind of hanging out for a little while and being someone's underling, then so be it. Okay, this is building its last city, and we still have several more to build, so we're gonna spend some of our... We're gonna try to get that. Yeah, if we get through the rest of those, that's it, and then it'll be Ecumenopolis time. Open borders from the Han conglomerate. Does this affect our relationship with anybody else? The fact that we're underneath the Marauder hordes? Oh, it does. Look, many of these are better. Oh, but we can't form research. Actor must be in it. We can't form any agreements because we have to be independent. So,
Upscaling complete.
wow. So these guys are expanding their territory over here. They're going to go after the Wasari Mandate. The Wasari is like, holy crap, look at the size of their fleets. Maybe we shouldn't have picked on Stark Enterprises. Yeah, punks. Maybe you shouldn't. I'm waiting for this open building slot for the Ministry of Production. But in the meantime, let's grab the last little bit of food there in the last city district. These get raised up for crystals, and we have 2 crystals left. Okay, we'll raise that one up. We don't have any more gases, exotic gas refineries. We could take this one and replace it with that. There, let's do that. How's our stability? How's our crime? From pop jobs, 150. How many are these providing? These are providing minus 60. So our crime is from pops, 48. From pop jobs, if we took down that building to pop jobs, it'd be minus 90 instead of minus 150. So we can afford to change that out with something else, which is what I want to do. I want more research. A long period of growing support. The Han Preservation Front is more xenophobic. Sirius is looking for people. So let's see what we want to do. I'm going to take the rest of these jobs.
Research actualized.
Give them some of those. Oh, what a bummer. This game has just been crazy. This game so far has been crazy. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is not how I wanted to show you how I play under the admin cap. The previous 4 games I've played trying to stay under the admin cap like this have gone very smoothly compared to this. This has been pulling teeth. There's no other way to say it. This has been a struggle for sure. Oh my gosh. Well, it's okay. Keep doing our thing here. We're gonna want to put something here. So I'm gonna start building that now, since we have 7 of 13. Who did we lose? A leader died, a scientist on our ship. So let's go get another one. Since that is a particles person, let's go replace her with her. Take the science ship and put this extra voidcraft person on here. Let's see what technology we're doing. Let's put... I appreciate having the genius here, but we're going to put the voidcraft person on it. On the ship, we're going to put our genius... And, oh, and they got done researching that project over there, and they've been sitting there doing nothing because I've not been paying attention, so. Special project, oh, those are all the special projects I see. It's got an icon there, but they're all done this way. The flesh is weak. What are we doing right now for, oh, Citadel. No, I don't want to do flesh is weak yet. I don't want to take that time. Because I want these other things.
Research actualized.
Chemical Bliss, create Resort World. Paradise Dome, let's grab that. We may actually need that on some planets. How are you guys doing? You getting in here and crushing these guys? I mean, by all means, crush the Wasari Mandate. That's totally fine. We're gonna need some powerful fleets. Look, they got a 40k fleet right there.
Upscaling complete.
Oh my gosh. These guys are like an amazing... Wow. I've never seen one of these con fleets or one of these con factions, these marauder factions. I've never seen one of them be this effective before. It's blowing me away.
Upscaling complete.
Edicts. Recycling campaign. Education campaign. Leviathan defeated by the Copa. Yeah, the Horde defeated Leviathan. Good for them.
Research actualized.
We're going to go for production targets because we're going to need it since we're getting neutered by our agreement. Hyperdrive 2 proton launchers. Thank you very much. And advanced shields. Look at the proton launchers first. Those are a big upgrade for us. Big upgrade.
Upscaling complete.
Everybody's going to need the defense grid supercomputer on these end ones.
Upscaling complete.
So we're going to work very hard to get our choke points proper. And we're going to try to get a few fleets up to handle them. What is this? It's a tropical world? Why is it suddenly green? So if we went to colonize it, oh, because it's 70% because we grabbed the 2 plus 5% to habitability. So that's why it turned green. I see. If we wanted to, we could set up, we got enough star bases, we could set up star bases and grab trade all up along this corridor and send it back to Sol. Tempted to do that. For right now, with these guys storming into everybody else's space, I'm content to let everybody else beat their ships down until these guys have almost nothing. Hopefully by then we actually have some powerful ships and we can make a stand. Starbase capacity. Side research. Grab the penal colonies to get it off of there. The Citadel is great, so now we got a bunch of rare ones. These are fantastic. Starbase building cost, Starbase module cost, Corvette hull hit points. I'm gonna grab those. We lost our governor? Oh. We got a research one. Perfect. That's what I want. Yep, help out with that bonus research. So then, on Earth, we got him adding 10% research, and we got that ship assisting with 14% research.
Inquiry.
And it should all be very, very... Trade deal offer. Oh, you're going to give us energy credits and minerals? Yes. From the Pow's Jock system? You guys up here who hated us for a long time and tried to start a war with us, and now you're like, that's interesting. Oh, and the Holy Guardians, we found a fallen empire. The Holy Guardians and the Keepers of Knowledge. There may end up being a war in heaven before this whole thing's over. Wow. Okay, well. This is certainly turning out to be a very interesting Stellaris playthrough. I will say that.
Research actualized.
Okay, neutron launchers, great. All this stuff. I'm gonna grab gamma laser just because it says it unlocks a bunch of other tech. We're gonna take some of these people and resettle them to Beta Calais. You are the embodiment of capitalist system's most fundamental shortcoming. Credits cannot buy you class, Stark Enterprises. Yeah, but we're classy. Haven't you? Didn't you know our founder? He was awesome. Battleship. Yes, I want that. What happened here? Edict expired. Diplomatic grants. Okay. Peace festivals. These guys here are still spreading out really well. Good for them. I hope that everybody else in the galaxy curb stomps these guys. We can get our independent. Look, they got a big, huge fleet in our home system. They got two. They got that huge 9.8. They're just sitting there.
Research actualized.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, let's see. What are we looking at? Our guys have been steadily upgrading. I'm going to get rid of... Hold on. I'm going to get rid of that ship because that ship is not important to me. So let's take a look at these fleets first, real quick. The Corvette A's, I want to replace those with the Corvette AH's. Okay. The other fleet, same thing. Corvette A's replaced with the Corvette AH's. Good. Now I can get rid of that ship. Corvette A. That one, the destroyer. I've got that and that. Good. I've got this, and this, and this. Good. This large one for that. Okay, and now we have a cruiser. Great, we have a cruiser. Let's build off the cruiser then. Long shots. Good. Okay. We're going to start with a railgun one. This is going to be a medium slot on the back. And these become plasma launchers on the back. This is our kinetic fleet, which needs some power. And you grab this advanced combat computer that tells it artillery tactics. Ship stay at long range and fire its long range weapons, which it has 2. And then this, if anybody gets close, by then you assume that ships that get close have lost their shields. So then the close damage guys at range 60 are doing armor and hull damage. So that's always my logic. I don't know if it actually works out that way. We're going to grab this for bonus shields. That pushes us over 1,000. We have enough power. We can do that now. So this becomes cruiser, kinetic, and then we have another cruiser that's just this stuff. And he has, those cost so much power that we can't have 2 of these. So we do this. So this becomes cruiser armor hull. And then I always like to take, the cruisers have a nice mix for point defense and stuff like that. So if you do this, and you grab the basic strike craft, and then you grab some point defense, barrier, point defense, flak artillery, grab one of those. Then you got 2 short guns, so you can mix this up with auto cannon. And then on the small end, you can either go with the plasma accelerator on the back end, or this is when I do like to use the ion disruptors, just because they have a really high accuracy in tracking and they punch through shield and armor. Probably pretty good against the enemy's smaller ships in its own basic strike craft. Probably pretty good against those, you would think. So this becomes point defense, and we tell it, we say go out to advance to medium range and hold formation and hopefully try to shoot everything that comes by. Now I don't know how that's going to work, how that actually works, because when I watch it on screen it seems like all the ships just swim around in a circle. But and then down here for these guys, I like to do this. These only work on the large section, so you grab proton launchers, and I just rename these to proton launchers. And then some of these other ones, for instance, we now have enough power. All these guys should get shield bonuses. So if we go to our defense platforms and say every single one of you guys should have enough to do that, so we can upgrade you all over time. But these are great. If you've got the power, you don't need those engines on them. You'd much rather have additional shielding. So that's why we do that. It's all about numbers. We want the most numbers. We want the big fat numbers. So we're going to have to work extra hard now to be independent from this. The Great Khan. Man, that really stinks. really, really stinks. It's really disappointed. But, like I was saying way back on the second episode, if you defeat your enemy after a really rough start like that, there is a great sense of satisfaction at the end of the game when you win. I know because I felt that playing Galactic Civilizations 3. Sometimes there are some rough starts, but man, if you can weather them. This says what? Take this. This is the other thing you have to work out. On these ones that say K, L, and M. That's why I put the M's and the K's and the L's in there. So on this guy, for instance, his best weapon here is a range of 75, and these are all short. So it's like you're going to go up to the front lines, and you're going to shoot people. His cruiser has long-range weapons. That's what I wanted to make sure was set. This has long-range weapons. That's what's set. Long-range weapons here. That one is set point defense. You're going to go to medium range and stay there. And these guys, of course, have the short-range ones. So all those are done now. That's great. How should we respond? Yes, for the research, we want to spend the money. We want to keep doing that. Getting ahead technologically is going to be the only way we're going to get back from these guys. We got to get ahead technologically, and then we have to build the ships to do it. So it's just going to... The enigmatic catch to parts. Darn it, we like that research bonus, but it went to the wrong planet. So... Alright, we have exotic gases, which means we can upgrade 2 more of these buildings to provide 3 more jobs each to take care of those 6 guys. So we're going to do that building and that building. And that'll provide more jobs. This we're waiting for the Ministry of Production. These guys are upgraded for crystals, and we don't have any more crystals to upgrade with. So what we can do... Wasari refugees arrive. Oh, really? The Wasari now want to send their refugees to us? Yeah. Mammalian. Oh, and they like ocean preference. So where did they end up with? Maybe on one of our planets? I forgot which planet it said, but if I had to
Upscaling
guess.
complete.
Well, that's interesting. Well, we can do species modification on them. What do they have? They have leader experience gain and engineering research from jobs. Oh. Well, created a template for them. We could create some more points. Top consumer goods upkeep. Top housing usage.
Research actualized.
So we're going to change that 1 pop in the hopes that it's 8 months to change 1 pop. Well, in the hopes that future populations automatically get that. Starbase capacity leader, selective lineage outreach agency. Do that. So that pop is going to be growing, and now that they're part of our empire, because our refugee species is open. When we're growing pops, let's see. We got to go to policies, and we got to change one of these.
War declared.
Not against us. Good. Alright, so policies.
Upscaling
Refugees,
complete.
population controls, we want to say allow.
Next generation species updates deployed.
So we say allow, and then we go in here in Earth and we say, we definitely want to make sure we're not growing any of them. We're growing only Starks. Don't grow these other bozos. Just because they're refugees does not mean they get to come over here and infiltrate. They were mean to us.
Research actualized.
They were mean to us for a long time. Tried to conquer us. Sapient combat AI. I'm going to grab the antimatter reactor. How are we doing over here? We're building the last city district. Is this the last one? Oh my goodness. Okay, this is going to be great. Kind of. Kind of, but not really.
Upscaling complete.
Okay, that planet's done. Here's what I'm. This
Upscaling
is going to be our
complete.
Ecumenopolis. Which means we're ready for it, but we need the last. Need the last thing down here, so we can get the next Ascension perk. He's making 43 credits that we're not collecting, which I just think is a bad idea. So we should probably collect that. And in order to do that, what we need is. Here's what I'm thinking. We're going to eventually colonize this planet too. Where are we at? We're at 133 of 140. In what districts, systems, colonies, star bases don't count. If we put the collection one there and shot it this way, then we go this way for 2, and this way for 2, and this way for 2. So if we put a star base there, these all offer a little bit of trade protection, but then the majority of what they do becomes anchorage, which is really nice. So if we do that, and then we come down here and we say, right there is the trade one. That's going to have one trade item on it and collect from there, and from there, and from there, and shoot it upward.
Research
And that means
actualized.
that you put a couple of hangers on it after that, and the rest of it becomes anchorage. Alright. Ripper autocannon sheep, so's the ion thruster. The Wasari refugees fleeing from the Wasari Mandate arrived on Alpha Centauri. Not a surprise. What are we doing? We're selling that, we're buying that, and we're selling that. We can sell a few more of those, can't we?
Research actualized.
Okay.
Upscaling
Xenomorph
complete.
army. We're still not max habitability, so we might as well grab that. Okay, they've got that. See, we can't do mineral purification plants, hydroponic farms, things like that. We can do hydroponic farms, but we can't do food processing or an energy grid
Research
because we don't have any of
actualized.
these city districts. We can do commercial zones. That'll provide some jobs. And we can move some people around and work those. Synthetic workers. Oh, thank you, finally. Okay. So it's
Research
already providing
actualized.
43 trade. It'll provide more here in a few minutes. 0-point reactor, tachyon sensors. Let's grab the hyperdrive 2. Let's wait for these things to pop up here. These guys are flying back.
Upscaling
Okay, so
complete.
there we go. Here, what we do with this is hangar base. And we're going to upgrade after we do all the hangar base. After we have enough. These are for trade protection on the way down. And then this one right here actually collects the trade. One trade hub and a hangar bay, and then we'll upgrade it. So then you say, you go to there, you go to there, you go to there. You want to do these in line. Want him to go to there, want him to go to there, and that guy already goes there. So that's the end. So that's your trade hub. That's your trade routes.
Upscaling
247. As soon as this guy gets done being built, trade hub, 41 days, you'll see that 46 go away because it turns green. It'll be collected, and that'll jump us up to about 80, almost 90, plus 90. So there it is at the end of the month. Jumps us up to plus 58. Where did the rest of it go? Oh, there it is. It's plus 90 now. Okay, good. Took a couple extra turns there. So that's cool. So now what we can do is go to Earth and we can say, hey, Beta has extra spots for
Upscaling
workers.
complete.
So go over there and work them. Work those jobs.
Upscaling complete.
Don't want to disable any buildings
Upscaling
doing that.
complete.
Robot farmer. this place. I don't want 2 commercial zones on this planet. I don't think. What I'd really like to do is have another... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'd really like to have another civilian industry on here, because in the end, I need more of these.
Research actualized.
Particle ants. Okay, that's the first big boy weapon we get for the battleship. The Democratic Pozook. Incoming transmission. How shall we respond? Greetings. This is a matter my government wishes to discuss. We understand that your archaeologists have been studying the ancient First League civilization for quite some time. Understandable, since their territory once covered a large portion of what today constitutes the Stark Enterprises. As it happens, their territory also extended into what is now Democratic Pauzjok systems, and Pauzjok archaeologists have recovered a number of unique artifacts. If you are interested, we would be willing to sell you one of these artifacts. For 1,000? Sure, we'll take it, thanks. Cool. The First League home system located where? Okay, let's find out. The First League home system. It's right there. Okay, wow, and it's got a planet on it. A relic world? What the heck is that? I don't think I've ever seen that in almost 700 hours of Stellaris. I don't think I've ever seen a relic world. Wow. Okay, so on beta, we need to decide what we're doing here. We just want to make more commercial zones? Or do we want to try creating some of these other things? The problem is we're running low on minerals. And minerals are kind of like really important. So I'm thinking maybe just another commercial zone here. Maybe just another commercial zone. Because we got to start building alloys, but we just don't have the minerals because we're getting hammered. If we can make some actual cash, then...
Outlier identified.
Right, so that's there. Well, this episode has gone on long enough, so I'm sorry it ran long. We're gonna cut it off here, guys. Thanks for watching, as always. Big stretch. If you have a question or a comment, drop it down below. If you dig the episode, give it a thumbs up. If you dig the channel, maybe subscribe to it. This has been kind of exciting, if not nerve-wracking. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.